Ever seen a man just snap awake one morning? Not because of an alarm, not because of some motivational quote, but because something deep inside him just clicks? Like, suddenly, the noise of the world stops making sense, and he realizes, wait, I've been living on autopilot this whole time. That, my friends, is what happens when a Sigma male awakens spiritually. Welcome, gents. If you're the kind of man who never quite fit the mold, not the loud alpha barking orders, not the easygoing beta following them, then this one's for you. Because when a Sigma wakes up spiritually, he doesn't just change his life. He changes the way he sees life itself. So grab your coffee, your headphones, or whatever keeps you locked in. Because today, we're breaking down the 10 undeniable signs of what happens when a Sigma male awakens. And before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, gents. This isn't your average motivational fluff. This is real talk for men who don't chase trends, they build legacies. Alright, let's wake the hell up. Number 1. The noise stops making sense. When a Sigma awakens, the first thing he notices is that everything around him starts sounding like static. People arguing online, fake success stories, manufactured drama. Suddenly, it all feels empty. He used to care about opinions, used to scroll through comments, feeling that little sting of comparison. But now, he just laughs. Because he sees it for what it is, a giant circus of people performing for validation. The spiritually awakened Sigma doesn't chase claps from the crowd. He claps for himself in silence. He realizes peace is worth more than popularity. And here's the wild part. Once he stops feeding into the noise loses power over him. While everyone else is shouting, he's listening. While others compete, he's creating. Because when the world's busy trying to be seen, the Sigma is busy becoming real. Number 2. Solitude becomes his sanctuary. Before awakening, being alone can feel uncomfortable. After awakening, it feels divine. Most people can't stand silence. They blast music, scroll endlessly, or surround themselves with people just to avoid hearing their own thoughts. But a Sigma? He leans into it. He realizes solitude isn't loneliness, it's clarity. That's where he builds his ideas, checks his emotions, and recharges his mind. He might take long drives at night, no music, just the hum of the engine and his thoughts. He might go off-grid for a weekend, no texts, no noise, just nature and self-reflection. And guess what? He comes back sharper, calmer, deadlier. People ask, don't you get bored being alone? He smirks. Bro, I'm never alone. I'm with my thoughts, and trust me, they're louder than most people. Number 3. He starts seeing people's true energy. Have you ever walked into a room and feel something's off before anyone says a word? That's not paranoia. That's awareness. A spiritually awakened Sigma becomes an emotional radar. He senses tension, fake smiles, and hidden motives instantly. You can't fake energy around him. He used to fall for charm. Now he reads character. He notices who talks more than they act, who flatters too hard, who drains his peace. He doesn't need drama to confirm his instincts. One look, one vibe, and he knows. And instead of calling it out, he just quietly distances himself. He doesn't judge. He just protects his energy like it's sacred. Because it is. A Sigma learns that protecting your peace is not selfish. It's spiritual survival. Number 4. The ego takes a back seat. Before awakening, the Sigma might have had that subtle arrogance, that I don't need anyone energy. And while independence is power, ego is a trap in disguise. The spiritual Sigma learns humility through awareness. He realizes being powerful doesn't mean being loud. It means mastering the self. He stops comparing himself to others because he finally gets it. Nobody else is on his path. He's not above anyone, not below anyone, just in his own lane, cruising with quiet confidence. And when people try to provoke him, he doesn't bite. Because the ego wants to fight, but the spirit wants peace. True strength isn't about dominating others. It's about mastering the urge to prove that you could. Number 5. He stops chasing and starts attracting. Here's where the Sigma's glow-up goes from subtle to magnetic. When he awakens, his energy shifts. He stops chasing anything. money, attention, women, validation. Instead, he becomes a magnet for it. Why? Because his vibe screams control. He's not desperate, not needy, not performing. He's just being. Women pick up on it instantly. He doesn't flirt hard. He listens, observes, speaks with purpose. That calm confidence? Unmatched. Men respect it too, even if they can't explain why. He doesn't have to say, he's the man. You just feel it. And the universe? It rewards that energy. Opportunities, people, blessings, they start aligning naturally, because he's finally aligned with himself. That's the paradox of power. Stop chasing, and everything starts chasing you. Number 6. His purpose becomes laser-focused. Every man asks himself at some point, what's my purpose? But when a Sigma awakens, that question changes to, what's stopping me from living it? Before, he might have tried to fit into roles, career titles, social expectations, other people's dreams. Now he sees through that illusion. Purpose stops being something to find. It becomes something to remember. He reconnects with what always lit him up, building, teaching, creating, protecting, inspiring. He works on it quietly, consistently, no announcements. He knows mastery is built in silence. And when people ask, why are you working so hard? He just smiles and says, because this isn't work, it's who I am. Once the Sigma locks onto his mission, he moves with frightening clarity. He's not chasing success anymore. He's embodying alignment. Number 7. The matrix loses its grip. Now, here's where things get interesting. When a Sigma awakens, he realizes the whole system, the matrix, society, whatever you want to call it, is designed to keep men asleep. Consume, compare, conform, work till you break, spend what you earn, repeat till you die. But he opts out of that program. He stops chasing designer logos, social clout, or other people's approval. He starts questioning why he wants what he wants. He still plays the game, but on his own terms. He's the player, not the pawn. He spends less time scrolling and more time building. Less time flexing and more time focusing. Because once you see how the system manipulates attention, you stop giving it yours. And when you can't be distracted, you become dangerous. Number 8. His relationships transform or fade away. When a Sigma awakens spiritually, his circle goes through a purge. Not by choice, by energy. Suddenly, the people who used to vibe with him don't. He's not into gossip, fake support, or shallow talk anymore. He's not ghosting anyone. He's just growing faster than they're evolving. The old friends who only hit him up for parties or validation slowly disappear. And, at first, that stings. But then, peace hits harder. In their place, new people show up, thinkers, doers, builders, old souls who get the mission. Conversations get deeper. Friendships get realer. A Sigma learns to appreciate quality over quantity. He'd rather have 3 loyal allies than 30 drinking buddies. People say, you've changed. He says, finally. Number 9. Stillness becomes his superpower. In a world obsessed with speed, the awakened Sigma moves in silence, and stillness becomes his secret weapon. He's not rushing to prove himself. He's not reacting to every little thing. He's observing. When others panic, he pauses. When others chase, he calculates. When others speak, he listens. That's not laziness, that's strategy. He knows timing is everything. Stillness gives him the upper hand, because he can see patterns others miss in their chaos. Think of it like chess. The quiet player isn't passive. He's plotting his next 5 moves. Stillness gives him power over emotion. He's calm because he's certain. And that's what makes him terrifying to weak minds. He's unpredictable, untouchable, and unreadable. Number 10. He realizes the game was never about winning. Here's the truth bomb most men never realize. The spiritual Sigma learns that the real game was never about beating others. It was about conquering himself. The battles he fought weren't against people. They were against his own fears, insecurities, and illusions. He stops measuring success in numbers or status. His new metrics are peace, purpose, and presence. He no longer needs to prove he's winning, because he's not even playing that game anymore. He's building his own. He wakes up every day with gratitude, discipline, and clarity. He looks at his past, the pain, the mistakes, the lonely nights, and sees them as necessary training. He realizes awakening isn't about escaping life. It's about living it consciously, aware, intentional, free. And that, gents, is the highest form of power a man can hold. So, what happens when a Sigma male awakens spiritually? He stops existing and starts living. He becomes the calm in a storm, the man of few words but deep presence. He's detached but not cold. He's free but deeply grounded. He's a mystery to most and a mirror to himself. He doesn't chase clout, approval, or recognition because his validation comes from mastery. Every step he takes is intentional. Every silence, deliberate. People sense something about him, but they can't name it. That's because you can't describe peace. You can only feel it. So, gents, if you're on this path, embrace the solitude. Don't resist the transformation. Don't numb the awakening. Let it happen. Because one day, you'll wake up, and the world will look the same. But you won't. That's when you'll know you've crossed over, from the noise to the knowing, from the crowd to yourself. If this hit you deep, subscribe right now. We're building a community of men who think, evolve, and move in silence, but make noise with results. And remember, gents, having said that, stay sharp, stay sovereign, stay Sigma.